Welcome to Chilling Chatter. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more eerie encounters. Now, let's dive into tonight's terrifying tale. The farmhouse had always been there, standing defiantly against time. Its origins, lost in the whispers of history. Generations came and went, but no one knew who built it. My family inherited the land in the late 1800s, and ever since, stories swirled like a dark cloud over it. My mother once told me something chilling. The house had been used for post-mortem photography, a disturbing practice where the dead were posed with the living, their hollow eyes staring into the camera, frozen forever. That was long ago, yet the air inside still felt heavy, sorrowful, like an old wound that refused to heal. People whispered, but it was just stories, until my uncle decided to prove it for himself. Our farm was 2 hours from the nearest town, a dying place where the past refused to be buried. One evening, my uncle ventured into the house, snapping several photos. When he returned, his face was pale, his hands trembling. He showed us one of the pictures, and in the far corner of the kitchen, there it was, a shadowy figure, impossibly black against the dim light, featureless, yet unmistakably there. Months later, during the holidays, we gathered at the farm, as we did every year. The house had been unoccupied for years, but curiosity burned through our fear. My uncle, my father, and I, along with 4 others, decided to go back in. Our plan was simple: return to the kitchen, stand in the exact same spot, and take another photo, but this time using my father's high-end professional camera. But the camera wouldn't work. No matter what my father did inside the house, the camera refused to take a single shot. Frustrated, we stepped outside, and instantly it functioned perfectly. We exchanged wary glances, but we refused to back down. We stepped back inside. Nothing. It was as if the house itself rejected documentation, as if something inside did not want to be seen. Then my aunt gasped. Her hand flew to her arm. She spun toward her daughter, eyes wild with accusation. "You scratched me." But my cousin backed away, her face drained of color. "I didn't touch you." We inspected her arm. 3 deep crimson scratches ran down her skin, fresh, burning. The house seemed to exhale, the wooden walls creaking, as if reacting to our presence. Then, out of nowhere, an old rusted vacuum toppled over, crashing into pieces. No one had been near it. The night air felt heavy, electric, like something unseen was watching. Some wanted to leave, but not me, not my father. We ventured deeper into the house's belly, pushing through the suffocating silence until we reached the basement. The others stayed upstairs. My father and I descended into the pitch-black abyss. Our flashlights carved tiny pockets of light into the void. The basement smelled of damp earth and time itself. Then I saw it. To the right, a gaping hole in the concrete wall. It looked forced open, as if something had broken out rather than in. To the left, shelves lined with ancient jars stood in perfect rows, some sealed with thick wax, others coated in thick dust so thick it looked like skin. We stood there, whispering into the darkness. "Give us a sign." Nothing. Then we turned to leave. A glass jar flew across the room, shattering against the wall. We froze. The sound rang in our ears. We locked eyes. Neither of us needed to speak. We ran. We bolted up the stairs. The basement door slammed shut behind us without a single touch. That was it. We were done. Later, we realized something chilling. The spirit, whatever it was, only attacked those not of blood. My aunt, who married into the family, was the only one scratched. My father, also not blood, was the one closest to the thrown jar. It was as if the house had drawn a line, protecting its own, but rejecting outsiders. We never went back inside. To this day, the house still stands, empty, forgotten. But sometimes, when I visit the farm, I swear I see movement in the kitchen window, a shadow, watching, waiting. Do you believe in spirits? Tell us in the comments below. And if this story gave you chills, subscribe to Chilling Chatter for more haunting tales. Until next time, stay curious and stay afraid.